What an absolutely fantastic pre-season we've had with Birmingham City in the Project FD. Season number 2. Let me show you what you've missed. And it's transfers. We've had such a busy summer and I'm so happy with the business that we have done. First of all, let's have a look at the outs. Bailey Peacock Farrell has left us for 2.3 million. A big loss. Pek Seung-ho has gone for 14 million to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Big loss for us, but I think we have replaced him as well. So we have brought in 17.5 million and we've spent 17.75 million as well. First of all, we've still got 8 million to spend in the transfer budget. We have got plans for that as well. So, first of all, Joe Taylor, his transfer was confirmed at the end of last season, £350,000 in the transfer budget, £10,000 a week. Good backup to have, especially at championship level. Mavogo joins on a free contract as well. He has got injured straight away. Not great. So, yeah. Hopefully it's not a common theme for the season. Odin Thiago Holm, we've managed to bring him in for £5 million. He had a fantastic loan spell with us last season from Celtic. We brought him in. There's been a lot of Norwegian and Scandinavian players that have been brought into the club. £14.75 thousand a week. Very happy with this guy. Also, Nicholas Jensen Wasberg. This guy is our Pek Seung-ho replacement and he looks absolutely fantastic. Predominantly as a Mazzala on attack, but advanced playmaker on attack is the best position for Wasberg. Now, if we do compare him with Pek Seung-ho, Pek in the blue, Wasberg in the green, other than defending, such a superior player from Wasberg. Yeah, very exciting to see what he can do for us this season. And I think as well, 3.3 million spent on this guy is absolutely ridiculous. Also, Philip Newman, 2 million has been spent on this guy, a player that Birmingham City have been linked with last summer in real life and linked with for next season as well, in real life as well. 2 million brought in, very good player, 18,500, a lot of wages, but good third choice centre back behind Clara and Bielik. Very happy to see what Newman can do for us. Also, Moreno Zuzkovic has come in as our fourth choice centre back. Decent EFL Championship player, 2 million spent on this guy. Croatian Youth International. Again, I'm trying to look at players that Birmingham City potentially would be looking at in real life. And Zuzkovic has done well last season with Dinamo Zagreb. RDF Tactics probably knows all about him as well. But yeah, Moreno Zuzkovic, very happy with this guy. 18 determination. Yeah, gotta have good determination with your youth players coming forward. And Jakub Napoleon Romsas, what a name, Napoleon. Will he conquer with us? I really do hope so. 5 million we spent from Tromsø. He can play all across the free and into midfield as well. Probably going to be playing as an attacking midfielder for us. 16 flair, 15 dribbling, 15 technique, 15 for vision. A very good player, only 20 years of age. Leading EFL Championship player and a potentially Premier League standard as well. I think he will get there. 14 to 17 million pounds in the valuation, £7,500 a week. Yeah, absolutely fantastic business. Let me know down below what you think already on this. Now, there are other transfers that we are looking to bring in. Oscar Willemsen, not to be confused with Willem Willemsen. This guy's going to be hopefully our backup to Jay Stansfield. 14 finishing, 16 pace, 14 acceleration. Good off the ball and composure's decent as well. Only 20, going to be 21 in a few months' time, but for the sake of spending 3.1 million on this guy, I think the sky's the limit for him. Potential Premier League standard as well. Currently playing at Darmstadt 98, where we did find Clara, and he's not the only player from Darmstadt that we are looking to bring in. Fabian Nuremberger, very versatile as you can see. Other than playing at centre back, where can you play on the pitch? Yes, I can. Ball-wing midfielder on support is the main position for him, but we are looking at left back coverage, especially with the injury to Cochrane as well. Looks like a very good player. We did try and sign him for a fee, but it broke down with negotiations, so we are going to try and get him in on a loan. We're going to be paying all of the wages as well. And also Alphonse Samsted, we're looking to bring him back. The work permit stopped us last season, and hopefully we can bring him in. A paltry 900,000 to £1 million for Samsted. Very, very happy. But the biggest signing of them all, the cheapest signing as well probably, Sver Halsef Naipan, for £2 million, rising to 4.5 million. Premier League standard player, could improve a lot. He will join us in January. Very, very exciting stuff. And it is game week 1. We are going to be facing off against QPR today. Very excited to get this season underway. I'm excited to get this game out of the way as well because we do have 8 million to spend and I'm very looking forward to spending it as well. So today's game, we are going to be sticking with the Davies ball tactic. Cox in goal, Laird, Bielik, Clara and Buchanan at the back, Iwata as the anchor and Jensen of Asperg as our deep line playmaker. But I think we're going to make him as our advanced playmaker on attack because Iwata's going to be sitting there as an anchor for us. Holm as a second striker, Williamson as an attacking playmaker on attack, with Hansen as our inside forward on attack, and Jay Stansfield, he's doing well. He's not improving as much as I wanted him to be honest, but still valued in at 14.5 to 17 million. Hopefully, he'll have a good season for us in the Championship. So on the bench, we have Alsop, Newman, Zivkovic, Leonard, Jacob, Napoleon, Romsas, I love his name, Kwame Poku, again, one that did join us at the end of the season. Is he going to play much? I don't know. Probably going to stick him as the attacking midfielder, maybe as a second striker. I mean, he can play in that position, with the exception of anticipation. So, someone to bring in off the bench as well, with Joe Taylor and attack. And we actually get 9 substitutions that we can use for this season. I mean, Tyler Roberts is still with us. We're trying to get rid of him, but it's not to be so far. I mean, 100,000, it's a bargain. Someone take him off my hands, please. Ramel Donovan has come in from loan as well. I mean, what we're going to do, who do we need to add onto the bench here? Probably someone in midfield that can play on the wings. We're going to bring in Scott Wright. And we are going to bring in Ramel Donovan. Why not as well? This is how we're going to go forward. I mean, Thiago Holm, as if it's a fitness concern, maybe we'll bring in Romsas for him. Stansfield is a fitness concern as well. You know what? Joe Taylor, we are going to start with you in this game. Let's see how we get on. Very, very excited. The numbers, I mean, no one cares about the numbers really. So let's just give you 24, 25, 26 naturally. Romsas, I mean, 5 million is a big outlay on him, but I think we can do it. I think he can do the job. Queen's Park Rangers, are you the first to fall to the Project FC in the Championship? Let's find out. Yeah, we'll stick with director. As Will Williamson, off the post. Was he offside there? Oh my God, he's just missed an open goal. He was right through on goal and he's just cannoned it off the post. But, you know, 2 shots in the first 10 minutes is what we're very happy with. Good possession as well. As Laird picks up the ball on the right-hand side. No one's challenged him there. Against his former club, who was on loan as well. Jensen Wasberg into the box. No, gives it back to Iwata. Buchanan back to Wasberg. Iwata from distance goes for goal. Oh, what a goal it was. He's been doing that all season for Birmingham City. 25-yarder. Absolutely sensational from Iwata. As Wasberg, you know, gives it back to Iwata. One thought on his mind. And what a goal. What an absolutely fantastic goal that was. We are going to demand more as Romsas from distance and Nardi has tipped it just wide of the post. Romsas looks to be on set piece duty here as well as he whips it in. Clara doesn't get the head to it. And Taylor's just pushed a QPR seller in the back. And it is the end of the highlight. So we are playing quite well so far. Hansen on a 7.0. Haverton back to Varane. Not that Varane. As Williamson steals a ball, gives it to Taylor. Bielik now. I mean, he's got Laird for options, but he does give it back to Cox. Clara. I mean, it's a big season for Cox if Mavogo is injury prone as well, as Hansen loses out in the middle. Heverton gives it into Salar. Ilias Chair on the left-hand side. He tries to cut inside. Madden, Varane, Salar is onside. Zan Salar, a player that we were looking at bringing in. And he has put us to the sword here. 1-1. I mean, who's kind of at fault here? I mean, Ilias Chair, too much time in the middle. Madden, Varane. Bielik let him get past him, but it's a very good run from Zan Salar as well. And it's always dangerous when you don't put teams away, when you are on top as well. As Fox outside to Cook. Heverton over the top to Salar, but Laird is going to pick it up. No messing around here, please, Laird. Into Cox. Clara. Buchanan. Can we build from the back here? Into Hansen, inside forward, into Williamson. Nice play there, onto the outside. Jensen Wasberg, Romsas, into Laird. This is lovely, into the box. Oh, he's gone just wide of the post from Laird. That was wonderful play from the team. And we do go in at 1-1, but we need to take control of this game. 12 shots, 6 on target. Possession-wise, we are losing it now as well. We are going to demand more. Probably going to change it just to a balance, because positive is normally when you're expected to dominate possession. And we are losing out in that battle at the minute. Bielik with a deep free kick. Out to Laird. Lovely bit of skill down the right hand side. And into Poku, and he's just put it over the bar. I mean, Hansen on the 6.8, Kwame Poku on a 6.5. We are camped in QPR's half at the minute though. Iwata, Buchanan, Wasberg and Iwata. Nice interplay there. I mean, Wasberg's getting a lot of the ball. Very happy with this. Bielik into Laird. On the overlap. Into the box. Kwame Poku. Yes, he's put us 2-1 to the good. Absolutely fantastic. Did change into balance out there. I'm not fully sure, but wonderful to see. Napoleon Ramses on a 6.9 and Hansen on a 6.7, but Laird, a lovely run in there from Poku. He got just ahead of Romsas as well. Wonderful to see. We are going to demand more. We can't rest on our laurels here as Bielik gives it into Laird. Back to Bielik. I mean, we have been very comfortable in this game against QPR. Buchanan didn't get much of a chance last season due to Cochrane, but with injury, Buchanan is going to take his place here as Laird. Into Wasberg. Lovely stuff. Romsas. Was he tackled? Oh, Romsas as well. Picks up on the loose ball and it has gone out for a corner. And the highlight continues. Kwame Poku. Clara, you're going to get your head on this. No, he's not, but it's out to Romsas. Into Hansen. Back to Romsas. Poku. We're camped in their half here. It's just been deflected wide. Laird on the right-hand side. Back to Bielik. Is that the end of the highlight? It's not. Laird. Into Wasberg. It was the end of the highlight. 17 shots. 8 on target. I just really hope that we don't get punished here as Madsen into Wasberg. Richards heads it into Cox. I lost my train of thought there. I thought we gave away a penalty. Wasberg has had a fantastic game so far, so it would have been cruel for him to get done there. But, you know, Poku and Wasberg working nicely in the middle. Rommel Donovan from distance, and it's gone just over the bar. Don't mess up. Don't mess up, Cox. Just play it out to the back to one of these lovely people here. No, he's going to send him forward. Oh, he's done a bad ball. Richards into Frey. Howson. Madsen. Newman clears it away. Donovan loses out in the air. Madsen into Taborg. Cox. Oh, thank God. I mean, that pass out from Cox was absolutely dreadful. You know what? We are going to time waste. We're going to slow the tempo down as well. Cox, don't mess up. I said it before. Right, Bielik now. Are we going to play out from the back? Is that the end of the highlight? I mean, to be fair, QPR, they're really pressing us here. As Cox gives it into Leonard, Wasberg, into Poku. Nice interplay there. Out to Romsas on the left-hand side. Lovely bit of skill to get past his player. Into the box. I thought that went in, but it's gone out for a goal kick. 30 seconds left. Nardi hits it long. Romsas loses out in the middle of the park. Richards up against Buchanan, but Buchanan's out of position here as well. Field, back to Cook, to Borga. Ilias Chair on the left-hand side. Stop him, Newman. Madsen, someone stop him. Field, into Richards off the crossbar, and Newman heads it just out of play. Blow the whistle, ref. Blow the whistle. I'm going to tell him to focus. It's not even going to count. Ilias Chair is going to whip this in. Field, Clara, to Borga, Chair. Clear it out. Clear it out. He's out for another corner. No! Don't do this. Don't do this, Football Manager. Oh, it's gone out. Have we won it? We have won it. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, QPR, the onslaught from them at the end there was a little bit scary, but we've come away with the victory. 21 shots, 9 of those on target. An XG of 4. We only hit 2. More possession. Absolutely fantastic. Now, it is only early days in the season, but there's one game I want to come back for next, and that is against Plymouth. Wayne Rooney's Plymouth. Is Wayne Rooney still there? I don't know, we'll have to find out. But we are at home. Our first home of a game in the Championship. I mean, If it's going to be as exciting as the QPR game, we're in for a very, very nice season. If you've got this far and you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe. The project Season 2 has kicked off. Where will it go? We'll have to find out. We've had some fantastic games in the Championship, including a 6-3 victory over Wolverhampton Wanderers. Christoph Clara got a hat-trick in that game from centre-back. We have got Manchester City today. And in the table, we're currently sitting pretty, 4th place, 9 games played, 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses as well, with a goal difference of +7. Looking at the squad, Christoph Clara is our top goal scorer with that hat-trick that he did score. Jakub Napoleon Romsas is our highest average rating with 7.48. Buchanan with 8 assists. Clara, 95% pass completion. And also Clara and Odin Thiago Holm as our highest player of the match awards with 2. Stats for the Championship: 24 goals scored, which is the best so far. 17 conceded, which is the worst. It's not very good. 18 yellow cards and 1 red card as well. But a lot of things we've got to go through today. We've got some transfers and the games that have already been played. Let me show you what you've missed. First of all, transfers, and the transfer window has shut down, and a lot of players have left us as well. Scott Wright left for $2.5 million on loan to Plymouth. There is a mandatory fee for them to sign him for as well of $5 million. Christian Bielik has gone to Wolverhampton Wanderers, $22.5 million. A big loss this was, but $23 million, we can't really turn that down in our position. Alfie May, a surprise sale, $5.25 million to Derby County. Joe Taylor's gone out on loan, and also Hayato Tanaka has joined him as well. Now, there have been 6 brand new transfers coming in, 2 on loan and 4 full-time transfers as well. First of all, Tyler Morton has joined us from Liverpool on loan. Only £6,000 a week that we are spending for the wages as well. A good defensive midfielder option, and he will be one that will help out with Tomoki Iwata as well. Good passing, good vision. He's only 21 years of age. I doubt we can bring him in on a full-time transfer, but very happy to have him in the meantime anyway. Also, Taylor Bullitt has joined us on loan from Schalke. A very versatile utility defender, right back, left back, CDM as well. So we are well stocked in those positions now. The first signing we have made is Wonder Kid. He's a Wonder Kid. Luka Taplovic from Domzale. Now, only £1 million was spent on this guy, and I felt it was too good to not bring him in. We've offered him $11,500 in wages, and his value at $14.5 million is fantastic. Himself and Williamson are going to be vying for the attacking midfielder berth. Odin Thiago Holm is probably going to move down into the centre midfielder option now as well. Because of Bielik leaving us, Anselmo Garcia McNulty. Now, this guy is absolutely fantastic. He was a better player on the graph than Bielik. We brought him in for $4.7 million. He's played 6 games for us so far. Ball playing defender, good tackling, passing, marking, heading, jumping, fantastic mentals as well with aggression, composure and determination, vision and positioning, work rate as well. A very good player. £17,500 a week for this guy on a 4-year deal. A smart bit of business, and it allowed us to spend another $18 million in other areas as well. Youssef Arabi finally has joined us. He's been on our kind of transfer list for a while now. Brought him in for $4.7 million. Was it $4.7 million? No, $6 million. Oh, I overpaid for this guy. $6 million, $18,000 a week, valued in at 12 to 14 million. A good EFL player as is, playing closer to full potential, but good determination and bravery, balance and strength, very strong. A different type of striker than what we had with Williamson and with Stansfield as well. With Alfie May going, I thought it'd be nice to use the money to bring in Youssef Arabi. And the main player that I am looking forward to, who although he hasn't had a great start to life, Alberto Moliero from Las Palmas. I think it was $8 million that we spent on this guy, $8.75 million. Emil Hansen wasn't doing the business as our attack midfielder on the left, so we brought him in. Fantastic dribbling, first touch technique stats with flair and agility. Looking forward to him getting up and running, although he's injured, so we can't play in today's game. And looking at the schedule, since we were here from the game against QPR, we beat Rotherham 6-2. Demolition here. Romsas getting a hat-trick with Williamson and Wilhelmsen getting on the score sheet as well. Wolverhampton Wanderers, we beat them 6-3. Christoph Clara hat-trick, absolutely fantastic. Wasberg and Williamson getting on the score sheet as well. Although we then did lose 4-3 to Norwich, we scored in extra time, so it wasn't really one that we were in the game for. Yeah, it was away from home. It was at Carrow Road, and it was a very tough test for us as well. We followed that up with a 2-2 draw against Sunderland. Annoyingly, we conceded very late on to Alex Valera, but Clara getting on the score sheet again, as well as Romsas. Preston North End, we beat them 2-1. Very comprehensive. They was lucky to get their goal, if I'm being honest. We beat Cambridge in the EFL Cup second round. Huddersfield 3-2 victory, very nice as well. Derby County, we beat them 3-0. Alfie May didn't make an impact for this Derby team. We lost 2-1 to Crystal Palace. We had Ethan Laird sent off in the 36th minute. Wasn't happy with this one, but then we did face Leicester City, who had Hamza Chowdhury sent off, and they did score late on. Decadova Reed in the 85th minute, which leads us to today's game against Manchester City and the double against Plymouth. Let's get into it. And this is the team that is going to face Manchester City today. Cox in goal because Mavoga is injured, Cochrane's injured, Leonard's injured, Ali Yassim brought him back off loan, he's on a leave of absence, Buchanan's injured, Jukovic is injured, a lot of injuries, Moliero's injured. Yeah, we're missing 4 or 5 key players in this team. So Cox in goal with Newman, Clara, Garcia McNulty and Taylor Bullitt at the back. Iwata and Jensen Wasberg in the middle, with Romsas, Williamson and Hansen just behind Jay Stansfield. I'm not expecting a lot from this game today. Youssef Arabi is on the bench, he was injured as well. Big game against Manchester City, the biggest test we probably are going to be put up against in Football Manager in general. And yeah, I just hope we put up a good performance for ourselves as well. So we are going to cautiously put our hands together. We are the underdogs, go out and cause some surprises. I think the first thing I need to do is change our mentality to balanced, and 90 seconds for the first highlight as Bob gives it back to Stones and Ruben Dias shot from distance and Cox has tipped it just wide of the left post. I mean, it's not a fantastic start for us. 2 minutes in and we could be 1-0 down, but Cox comes and claims it very nicely indeed. The balanced mentality, hopefully it can just keep us in this game as long as we can. Normally, we're used to teams kind of sitting deep against us, and it's kind of what we have to do today against Manchester City. Hopefully we do get a chance, and we have to take it when we do. As Romsas with the corner, Clara's in the middle there. I thought he'd scored. Clara headed it just wide of the post. The amount of goals that Clara scored this season, I'm a little bit disappointed that that hasn't hit the back of the net or even troubled the goalkeeper. But half an hour gone, and we are in this game. So we're just going to encourage them as Kovacic hits it to the back post. And John Stones, yeah, just casually, he scores the header that Clara should have scored earlier on. And 30 minutes gone. We're not going to watch that. But we are going to change to... We might as well go attacking. We need to get back into this game. Kovacic with a long free kick, and it's gone just over the bar. I mean, an audacious effort from that distance. But when you're Manchester City, you can get away with it as well. Looking at the team and how they're playing, Hansen on 6.4 isn't great. Wasberg on a 6.5 isn't great either. But it is only 1-0 as we go into half-time. We're going to thrash our arms. What was that? Not sure why that worked with them, but we will give it a go. And I think we will also... Let's just go a little bit more attacking. We'll go 3 up front. Stansfield, Romsas, how have you played? I mean, Hansen's on a 6.4. Not fantastic. So we're going to bring you in. And Wilhelmsen for Romsas. We'll do that as well. So I think we're going to go El Arabi up front, who is a target forward on attack. 2 advanced forwards either side of Arabi, and let's just hope that something can come off the back of this. I mean, the spearhead up front, surely we can get one chance in this game. We are going attacking as well, so we might just drop that down to positive as Gavardiol on the left-hand side gives it into Bob. Nice ball into Savinho, who has just put it over the bar. Very wasteful, but we're not going to complain too much there. Is there any point overlapping down the right? We will do it now. We will focus play through the middle. We'll go quite wide as well. We're going to run at the defence more and maybe not work the ball into the box. we'll take that off as well. So let's see how we do fare with that tactical change, as Iwata's got it from outside the box back to Clara. I mean, we've got plenty of players up there. Clara runs through the right hand side into the box. Clara is our best player at the minute, and it's just been saved by Ortega. Resulting corner, Williamson. What can we do? Clara, can you get us into this game? And it's just been saved, or just over the bar from Clara. I mean, lovely effort so far. But it is Manchester City. They scored on the 30th minute. Will they score on the 60th minute? Gvardiol into the box. Again, same as Savinho. Very wasteful, but we're not going to complain too much with that one. Possession-wise, we're holding up quite well. 46% as Wasberg gives it to Newman into Arabi, and it's headed it just over the bar. I think we can make a couple more changes into this game here. Williamson for Thiago Holm. I mean, Iwata, Newman potentially can come off as well. For Zivkovic, Wasberg, how are you playing? 6.7. It's not great, but Stansfield on the 6.6. That's not great either. What are we going to do here? We might have to change. We might have to change what we're doing. So Poku, we're going to put you up there. I know you can't really play as an advanced forward, but that's where you're going to play, as Cox hits it long up the pitch to Stansfield, who heads it on to no one. It was a highlight just because we were making changes. We are hopefully going to get a fire up as soon as we can. We are still positive. 46%. We've given a good account of ourselves today here against Manchester City. Is there any point going attacking? Let's just try attacking, and we are going to demand more as well into the last 7 minutes. And typically, nothing is going to happen now. But 1-0 against Manchester City, we can't complain. We will take that. It's a 1-0 loss. Hopefully, it doesn't affect our morale too much. But looking at the stats, we had 12 shots, 5 on target to Manchester City's 17 and 7. 45% possession. We had the most clear-cut chances, apparently. Yeah, we're not going to complain too much with a 1-0 loss to Manchester City. And in some good news, the board are like to hold a meeting to extend our contract here. Notable highlights: they're delighted by the financial aspect of Wasberg, Toplovic and the Romsas signing. Very disappointed in the finances involved to loan out Tanaka, Joe Taylor and Frank Tatum as well. I mean, if that's what you're annoyed about, then yeah, not going to complain. I do love the fact that we're going to get a new contract, and they're going to get on with that, as we are going to get on with the next game against Plymouth. Now, we can't be too disappointed with that 1-0 loss to Manchester City, so straight into today's game against Plymouth. Slight changes have been made, so Cox in goal with Laird, Clara, McNulty and Bullitt at the back. Leonard and Williamson in the midfield too, with Romsas, Toplovic, Modlov, and Stansfield up front. And hopefully we can come up against Plymouth, completely blow them out the water. I'm assuming Wayne Rooney's still the manager because they never got the sack. Is he still the manager? He is the manager, Wayne Rooney. Yeah. This is a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. We can't be losing to Wayne Rooney's Plymouth Argyle. So, yeah, quite a lot going on in this episode. And hopefully we can end it with a win though. So Humphreys hits it long, but Clara's out there instantly to cut it out. Into Laird. Back from injury. Lovely ball into Stansfield. Into the box. Into the box. Oh, just wide. It's gone out for a throw-in. No, it's gone out for a corner. But Romsas, he's not going to take it. There's no highlight. We were duped. But nice start for us already. 2 shots, 2 on target. But yeah, I think one player that does need to improve massively, it is Jay Stansfield. He's got 4 goals this season, but it's not good enough. And pretty of a poor ball that is from Laird, and Grimshaw easily picks it up as Stansfield runs out to the right hand side. Very interesting. Not asked him to do that, as Dorrington from the back. They're trying to do a slow build up, but it hasn't worked. Leonard into Moliero. Humphreys all the way back to Grimshaw. Is this on key highlights? It is on key highlights. And Laird picks it up nicely, drives into the box. Not good enough. Again, we should be doing more in those positions, but it is good pressure from ourselves. Starting to get into the game with possession, but now Plymouth are winning the possession game. We can't complain too much, but there are only 2 points separating top and 6th place. as Bullet heads it clear, and Whittaker from distance, not far wide. Cox looks to have had it covered. And we've had 2 bookings as well with Garcia, McNulty, and with Laird, so we have to be careful in this game. Moliero, Toplovic, that's a red card. See you later, Alfie Dorrington. 100% a red card. We're going to stick with positive, but we are going to tell them to fire up. We've got a whole 45 minutes now to cover this Plymouth team. But we haven't done enough so far in terms of the highlights either, so... Now, thrash our arms. You know what? Put on a real show out there. Stansfield on the 6.4 isn't impressing me, so we are going to bring him off for Wilhelmsen. Romsas is doing okay. The attacking three. I mean, Toplovic, he did get that red card then for Dorrington, but we're going to make just a simple change. Home in, Romsas, Williamson. We're going to drop Williamson up into the attacking playmaker position. Why is Hansen there? I didn't bring Hansen on. Wilhelmsen, thank you very much. I mean, Laird and McNulty as well. You know what, Zivkovic and McNulty, we're going to bring you off for Newman. I don't like having bookings on any of my players. We're going to demand more. I mean, do we go attacking? Let's just go attacking as well. We need to do... Why is Home at right back? Football Manager sometimes drives me crazy. And you know what, Leonard, we're going to push you up into that position as well. Moliero's injured. It's all kind of going wrong at the minute here. Romsas, we're going to move you over. And we're going to bring in, where's Arabi? Yusuf Arabi. We're going to bring you in. Williamson, let's go as a box here. Williamson as the attacking midfielder. And then we'll have a pressing forward on attack with Arabi. And Wilhelmsen will stick you on attack as well. So now I'm just going to make a couple of more changes. In possession, we're going to overlap on the right and left, but then come into the middle as well. Let's get a lot of pace going into here. Instead of low crosses, let's whip the ball in as well. See if that can turn around our fortunes in this one. But we do need to do something in this game as Leonard, nice little 1-2 with Bullet. Again, gives it back to Leonard. Far right hand side to Zivkovic. Into Williamson. Is it off the post? It has been cleared away. Grimshaw looked to potentially got a finger on that there. But we are going to come back. Again, what's it with not having Romsas taking a highlighted corner? I don't know. But he's going to put this free kick in and Grimshaw heads it out. Home from distance. Very poor. Shouldn't be attacking from there. We are going to drop it in to a positive. And it goes out for a corner. 25 minutes to go. You know what? Let's a bit more direct with our passing here. We want to run at the defence more as well. In the transition, you know what, we'll counter it. Distribute quickly. Let's get the ball going. Let's get the ball rolling. Williamson with the corner. Clara's there. I'm always going to keep an eye on Clara from corners. He hasn't got onto that one. Ramsas, back to Leonard. Don't shoot. Into Williamson. He did shoot, and that was very poor. But the highlight still continues. Grimshaw. Plymouth trying to get on the ball a little bit more, but Romsas has got it from Newman's header and he's gone over the bar. We should be doing better here. And I think we've used all of our subs as well, so the men that are on the pitch now are the ones that we are going to stick with. Gibson into Saville. Over to the right hand side of Whittaker. We've got plenty of players back and Plymouth are down to 10 men as well, which makes this a little bit more frustrating as Monsal headers it off the crossbar. Right, we need to encourage them here. They've got to do more on the ball. Newman out to Bullet. Spreads it wide to Laird. I mean, Plymouth, they are camping in their area there. Zivkovic, poor, very poor. Although that's not better from Plymouth. Leonard, we need to do more here on the right hand side. Zivkovic, don't run into that alleyway again. Back to Clara. Into Zivkovic. I mean, to be fair, the press from Plymouth, they are pushing us back. Clara tries to find space down the right-hand side, gives it into Leonard. Leonard to Williamson, and Romsas shouldn't be shooting from there, but it has been saved. We need to do something here. Come on, Williamson. Are you going to go short to Holm? No, he puts it in. Why is there just shoot on sight going on here? It's not what we want to see. So, we're going to underlap on the right and on the left. I mean, be more expressive, creative, freedom, out of possession. Let's get as high as we can onto here as well. It could come back to haunt us, but surely there's a goal in it for us here. Romsas, very poor today. Very, very poor. So is Williamson, to be honest. Maybe we'll swap Holm and Williamson round to see if that does change our fortunes a little bit. Mark Leonard, we'll have you as a deep line playmaker on support. Williamson, we're going to be maybe a box-to-box. Romsas, let's get some width into this here. Holm can't go over there, so we're going to stick you there as a shadow striker. Zivkovic, we're going to drop you down as a fullback on defend. The same with Taylor Bullitt. As Grimshaw hits it long, Newman headers it to Williamson. Holm back to Clara. I feel like this could be a highlight where nothing actually happens. As Zivkovic runs down the right-hand side, puts the ball in, and Arabi hasn't got a touch on that. And it's gone behind for a corner. Again, Romsas not allowed to take a corner from the left-hand side. As Grimshaw hits it long, Newman into Holm. We are in complete control of this game. But we need to do more here. Wilhelmsen across to Arabi. Is he offside? Is he offside? I think we've gone 1-0 up. Fantastic play. Finally, fantastic play. I'm just going to save this tactic. Just because you never know. It could be a tactic that works. And we can only not hold on. We're in complete control of this game. And if Fulham get an equaliser, it'll be so undeserved. As Brunt on the right-hand side, out to Veliez. Whittaker loses out to Romsas. Leonard into Wilhelmsen. I mean, it's been a tough game this one has for us. We are going to encourage them as well. As Wilhelmsen puts it in. Holm heads it back in. Headed out. Wilhelmsen on the right-hand side. Into the box. Goes for goal, and much better deserved from our whole play in this game here. As Gibson gives it into Saville, lost out to Holm. Wilhelmsen, Brunt picks it up, hits it long. Again, they can't kind of break us down here, Plymouth, as Wilhelmsen picks it up. Williamson, even, not Wilhelmsen. Wilhelmsen's up front. Newman into Arabi. Held up nicely here. Zivkovic on the right-hand side. I don't mind that. Play it back to Clara. Let's not get caught on the counter here. Clara into Leonard. Newman. Now we are quite pushed up here, and that does concern me slightly. So we are just going to change what we were doing. We're going to hold our shape again. We won't distribute it quickly either. Zivkovic into Leonard. A lot of game management gone on in this one. Holm into Wilhelmsen. That was a terrible shot, that was. And there's more highlights going. Is this on key highlights? I've already asked this once. It is on key highlights. There's just a lot of highlights apparently. Clara picks it up at the back. I mean, there's no pressure now from Plymouth. They are sitting deep, but it only takes one mistake for one goal to be bringing Plymouth back into this game. Newman now. Down the left-hand side. Finds some space. Plenty of space for Newman. Our centre-back going on a fantastic run down the left. Into Williamson outside the box. There's Zivkovic. Is he going to put it in? Whips it in. Holm off the post. Williamson doesn't get onto it either. Newman again. I mean, a lot of highlights in this game. Bullitt into Wilhelmsen. Arabi's in the middle. Arabi's in the middle. Hasn't got to him. Ogbeta chases it down, but Zivkovic into Williamson. Williamson from distance with his left foot, and that has sealed the game. 2-0. That was very difficult, that was. More difficult than it should have been. Plymouth have put up a fantastic fight here. But eventually we have broken down. Williamson, fantastic run into the box. And Grimshaw wasn't saving that one. 31 shots, 13 on target, an XG of 5. Thought we were going to get FM there. And looking at games to come back for, there is an unknown tie in the FA Cup third round in January. And I think we probably will come back for that one. There's quite a few games to play in between, but there's none of these fixtures that kind of jump out for what we want to do. So potential double header in the FA Cup third round and against Sheffield United as well. Now, if you have enjoyed this, let me know down below. Hit the like button and subscribe. Will Arabi become a good player? We'll have to find out. And I'll see you on the next episode of The Project. Bellingham has returned to Birmingham City in the Project FC, but he doesn't come alone. Let's get into today's episode. Now, before we get into the return of Bellingham, the fixtures and the results since we were last here: we beat Middlesbrough 3-0, Sheffield United 4-1, Charlton 3-2, Cardiff 3-1, West Brom we beat them 4-1, Swansea. We're going to get onto the goals for this a little bit later on, but two of the best goals I've probably scored on Football Manager. Watford we beat them 1-0, Oxford United 3-2 victory, Sheffield Wednesday 2-0, Hull City 3-1. A very good run of form here, very good, but then we did lose 1-0 to Stoke City, 2-0 to Coventry, so we're not invincible in this game save. Bristol City we beat them 4-3, Hull 3-0, Leicester 4-0, and Plymouth 5-3. Yeah, Wayne Rooney, if he's in a job, I'll be very surprised. But I do kind of want to just go through the goals that we did score for the Swansea game. We conceded in the 95th minute to draw 2-2, but Napoleon Ramsas's free kick was absolutely sensational. And then we'll go through Tayan Bullett's fantastic goal from the right hand side as well. So Ramsas, that free kick was insane, 27 metres out. We then did concede an equaliser. Timon on the left hand side, squeezing past Mavogo, not very happy with that. Then Tayan Bullett here on the right hand side, shades of Seb Larsson. What a fantastic finish that is. And then, as I mentioned, 95th minute, our heart was broken as Ronald McDonald finds Lausic, and yeah, 2-2 against Swansea. So how does that look with the table? We're looking very handsome at the top. 19 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses, a goal difference of 34 and 60 points on the board, 4 points ahead of Norwich, but more importantly, we're 11 points ahead of Leicester City. Now, only one out in the transfers, and that Dion Sanderson has gone to Coventry. 4.2 million for this guy. He hasn't played at all for us this season, so very rightly so that we have moved him on. We are paying £8,000 a week wages, but it was nice just to get him off of our wage bill and our transfer budget as well. Now, return of Bellingham. Jobe Bellingham has joined us from Sunderland. 21 million was spent on this guy with instalments as well. Now, the reason why I went this high with this transfer fee, we get 30% of any sale that was going to happen with Jobe. So in theory, we've paid 14 million for this guy. Very happy. He's not going to be playing as an attacking midfielder, probably not even as a midfielder normally. Defensive midfielder is where I'm looking to bring this guy in. He's come back to Birmingham City. He's improved. He's grown. He's on £31,000 a week. Leading EFL Championship player, potential Premier League standard as well. So very happy to bring in Jobe Bellingham. But he's not alone, and there has been Halsef Naipan has finally joined us, and in his first game he got 3 assists, 10 rating already. This guy is going to be an absolute superstar for us. Decent Premier League player already. Only just turned 18 years of age. Could improve a lot. We all know how good Naipan gets. Very happy to bring him into the squad. There are some more transfers that are going to be happening as well. Ethan Laird, £30 million bid from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Too good to turn down, so we are going to be saying goodbye to Ethan Laird if he does choose to go. 10 assists in the Championship so far, 7.45 average rating. He's been fantastic, but I'm sure that we can find a replacement that is just as good. And one of those replacements, hopefully, is Takumi Nakamura, out of contract at the end of the season in Japan, so he'll be joining at the end of January. A very good replacement. The only thing that is kind of missing from this one is the crossing, and he's not as good as a complete wing back, so maybe a shuffle in our system. But if we sell Laird for 30 million and then get this guy in for free, very happy indeed. We have also got a transfer offer put in for Tayan Bullett to make the loan a permanent, 1.2 million. Again, could be a very good player. Played 8 games for us so far, 1 goal, 5 assists, 7.40 rating. The wing backs working very well in our Davies ball tactic. Bellingham has returned to Birmingham City in the Project FC, but he doesn't come alone. Let's get into today's episode. Now, before we get into the return of Bellingham, the fixtures and the results since we were last here: we beat Middlesbrough 3-0, Sheffield United 4-1, Charlton 3-2, Cardiff 3-1, West Brom we beat them 4-1, Swansea. We're going to get onto the goals for this a little bit later on, but two of the best goals I've probably scored on Football Manager. Watford, we beat them 1-0. Oxford United 3-2 victory. Sheffield Wednesday 2-0. Hull City 3-1. A very good run of form here. Very, very good. But then we did lose 1-0 to Stoke City, 2-0 to Coventry, so we're not invincible in this game save. Bristol City, we beat them 4-3. Hull 3-0. Leicester 4-0. And Plymouth 5-3. Yeah, Wayne Rooney, if he's in a job, I'll be very surprised. But I do kind of want to just go through the goals that we did score for the Swansea game. We conceded in the 95th minute to draw 2-2, but Napoleon Ramsas's free kick was absolutely sensational. And then we'll go through Tayan Bullett's fantastic goal from the right hand side as well. So Ramsas, that free kick was insane, 27 metres out. We then did concede an equaliser. Timon on the left hand side, squeezing past Mavogo, not very happy with that. Then Tayan Bullett here on the right hand side, shades of Seb Larsson. What a fantastic finish that is. And then, as I mentioned, 95th minute, our heart was broken as Ronald McDonald finds Lausic, and yeah, 2-2 against Swansea. How does that look with the table? We're looking very, very handsome at the top. 19 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses, a goal difference to 34, and 60 points on the board, 4 points ahead of Norwich, but more importantly, we're 11 points ahead of Leicester City. Now, only one out in the transfers, and that Dion Sanderson has gone to Coventry. 4.2 million for this guy. He hasn't played at all for us this season, so very rightly so that we have moved him on. We are paying £8,000 a week wages, but it was nice just to get him off of our wage bill and our transfer budget as well. Now, return of Bellingham. Jobe Bellingham has joined us from Sunderland. 21 million was spent on this guy with instalments as well. Now, the reason why I went this high with this transfer fee, we get 30% of any sale that was going to happen with Jobe. So in theory, we've paid 14 million for this guy. Very happy. He's not going to be playing as an attacking midfielder, probably not even as a midfielder normally. Defensive midfielder is where I'm looking to bring this guy in. He's come back to Birmingham City. He's improved. He's grown. He's on £31,000 a week. Leading EFL Championship player. Potential Premier League standard as well. So very happy to bring in Jobe Bellingham. But he's not alone. And there has been... Helsef Naipan has finally joined us. And in his first game, he got 3 assists. 10 rating already. This guy is going to be an absolute superstar for us. Decent Premier League player already. Only just turned 18 years of age. Could improve a lot. We all know how good Naipan gets. And very, very happy to bring him into the squad. There are some more transfers that are going to be happening as well. Ethan Laird, a £30 million bid from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Too good to turn down. So we are going to be saying goodbye to Ethan Laird if he does choose to go. 10 assists in the championship so far, 7.45 average rating. He's been fantastic, but I'm sure that we can find a replacement that is just as good. And one of those replacements, hopefully, is Takumi Nakamura, out of contract at the end of the season in Japan, so he'll be joining at the end of January. A very good replacement. The only thing that is kind of missing from this one is the crossing, and he's not as good as a complete wing back, so maybe a shuffle in our system. But if we sell Laird for 30 million and then get this guy in for free, very happy indeed. We have also got a transfer offer put in for Tayan Bullett to make the loan a permanent 1.2 million. Again, could be a very good player. Played 8 games for us so far, 1 goal, 5 assists, 7.40 rating. The wing backs working very well in our Davis ball tactic. And as you can see from the transfers, Naipan come in, assistant report is a 4-star player, a B-. Pleased us on the player of his calibre and importance. The squad is now overloaded with midfield orchestrators, and I think it is. We've got so many midfield options that we do need to kind of play around with our formation and who can play where. And then Jobe Bellingham, a 3.5 star, but also a B- from a fan's reaction. We're unsure about his recent form, but he is going to be coming home to us. And today's episode, we are going to be facing Bournemouth in the FA Cup 3rd round. This isn't the team we're going to go with. Ethan Laird, you're coming out. Tayan Bullett, we're going to put you in as our right back. Williamson, Moliero, Holm, Williamson, Naipan, Iwata, Cochrane, Newman, Clara, Bullet and Cox. A lot of injuries have happened. You know what, Joe Bellingham? Let's actually get you in. Let's put you in. Not as an anchor. You know what? Yeah, we'll keep you as an anchor. We're going to replace you with Tomoki Iwata. And then we're going to put Iwata on the bench for Wasberg. Djukovic, we don't need you on the bench anymore. So Kwame Poku is going to be coming in as well. Can we do well against Bournemouth? I really hope we can. Let's find out. Bellingham, can we give you number 22? No, that would be comical, but no. Number 35 for yourself. Let's get into today's episode nice and quick. Can we beat Bournemouth? Can we go further than the third round? I mean, we had Manchester City in the League Cup this season. Last season, we lost to Luton Town in the third round as well. So if we can get one place further, not too bad form for Bournemouth. A couple of wins and a draw, but we have won the last 4 on the bounce. Hopefully that is enough to give our momentum into this game against quite a poor Bournemouth team looking at their form. In typical fashion, the first 10 minutes has gone. No highlights have been made, but 55% possession to ourselves as Odango crosses it in. Zabanyi has headed it just over the bar. Cox looked like he was equal to it, but the first highlight going to Bournemouth, and we are going to try and fire up the team. Looking at the other scores, Forest are beating Aston Villa, which is always nice for me to see. Williamson and Tay and Bullet. Quick succession of bookings as well in the 23rd and the 27th minute. We need the man more again as Dango whips it in, headed clear by Wilhelmsen, but Holm losing out to Dango there. Max Aarons down the right hand side, giving it to Dango, who's having a lot of ball in this game as well. Dango is going to put the ball in. He is cleared away by ourselves, only to Tavernier though on the left hand side. Tavernier in, Newman heads it away. Wilhelmsen, that's a poor clearance, and Adams, Tyler Adams, tries it from distance but just wide of the post. Now Phil Newman, Wilhelmsen, these are players that we need to play more of in order to ensure that we do get work permit for them. As Bullet down the right hand side, playing for a full-time contract, and it has just been cleared. Cochrane with the corner, whips it in. Clara can't get onto it. Holm puts it back into the box though. Naipan outside of the box. Is that the end of the highlight, or is there going to be something else here? Naipan down the left hand side puts the ball in to Williamson. Important challenge. I was kind of hoping for a penalty there, if I am being honest. But Moliero with the ball. What is going to happen? Whips it in. Clara gets to it, but just bundled away. Naipan outside the box gives it to Moliero. Joe Bellingham from distance on his debut. Re-debut, I should say. Maybe tried to go for glory. As Cochrane finds it into Williamson. Back to Clara. I mean, we've started to grow into this game. Bullet down the right hand side. Gets past his marker into the box. Cleared away. Now this could be dangerous. Jovic, dangerous for ourselves. Williamson into Holm, and Holm has put it just wide of the post. That was our chance. I mean, no team has had a shot on target just yet, but we've had 4 shots to Bournemouth's second shot of the game. And what do we kind of go with here? Do we pump our fists? You know what? We'll try and say to play it for the fans. Williamson on the booking. I don't like that. We're going to bring in Stansfield. And I quite like how everyone is playing, although Bullet, we are going to bring you off. I don't like fullbacks on bookings at all. So McNulty is going to be at the back of Clara. Newman as our complete wing back on the right hand side. Bellingham, you haven't really got into the game very much, so we are going to put you in as a box-to-box midfielder. Naipan still on the right hand side as an advanced playmaker. Holm, that was a big chance that you did miss. But we're going to leave you on the pitch for the next 10 minutes or so. Let's see if we can do a little bit more into this game. We are going to demand more as well. But 54% possession, no shots on target. We have a higher XG of 0.42 to Bournemouth 0.07. And a booking for Stansfield 5 minutes after his introduction. And another booking there for Cochrane on the 59th minute. A very dirty team we are turning into here. But Cochrane gives it to McNulty, who's been fantastic as Bielik's replacement. Moliero into Holm, into the box, back to Moliero. Hit the shot. It's gone just wide. I thought we was going to go 1-0 ahead here. And just like with the Manchester City game, we're holding our own against an established Premier League team. Holm down the left-hand side into Wilhelmsen, and it's 1-0. Don't know why I went German then, but Wilhelmsen has put us 1-0 up against Bournemouth on the 69th minute. Fantastic stuff. Holm driving on the left-hand side, putting the earlier miss out of his head into Wilhelmsen. Fantastic finish past Neto. Do we go balanced? I think we might as well just stick the way we are, as positive. We're going to demand more. We're going to make a couple of changes as well. So Clara on a booking. I mean, there is a Watter to bring in, but I don't really think he's up to standard, but we will bring him in anyway. Our players, they do look knackered. We're going to bring off Holm and bring Poku on as well as the second striker, with Stansfield as the advanced playmaker. And then Naipan, I mean, we can't spread him too thin. So we're going to bring in Leonard as well for himself. 78 minutes gone. Cochrane down the left hand side, trying to get another demand more shout, but it can't be done. Odango, or Dango even, running, but Jaden Anthony does pick it up on the left hand side. Newman holding him up well, but I'd like to see a tackle being put in. Not a tackle like that, and we've just conceded. That's so frustrating. Max Aarons. Or is it Odango? I don't know. Odango's celebrating here. Let's have a look. Jaden Anthony down the left-hand side. I mean, Newman could have done better there. It was Dango. Dango unchained. And he's put the ball in the back of the net against us. With our players looking tired, I don't know if we can make it up to extra time. But Moliero down the left-hand side into McNulty. Driving forward, gives it to Newman on the right. Can a ball be put in? I mean, he's done his marker there, and it's gone in. Stansfield 2-1. Fantastic quick response to that Bournemouth goal. Pretty much from kickoff, but you know, Newman down the right hand side. We will drop it slightly to a balance, but Newman fantastically puts the ball into the box, and Stansfield taps it into an empty net. It's making me feel now, do we need to replace Laird if we can just put Newman or Zivkovic on the right hand side? With 5 minutes left to play, we're not going to touch anything. We're going to stay unbalanced. We're not going to make any instructions. We're going to hopefully see this out. 7 minutes of added time. Are you joking, game? But it's 2 minutes left. Ring the final whistle. Ring the whistle. Blow the whistle. We've beaten Premier League Bournemouth 2-1. Fantastic stuff. We're into the fourth round of the FA Cup. And the news I was kind of expecting, maybe dreading, £30 million bid for Ethan Laird is going to be finalised. The board have agreed £22.5 million is going to be going into our transfer kitty. £7.5 million going to Manchester United as well. Now we have also got Mioni Pafundi, anyone? My absolute favourite player on Football Manager. I don't think I can justify the wages for him. I think we could get him for like £9 million as well, which it's one of those. It's one of those. I'm looking at different players to come in. I mean, Ethan Laird is on £75,000 a week at Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Championship. If we look at the Championship as well, I mean, Wolverhampton Wanderers are 15 points behind us. Yeah, I really hope that Laird isn't the reason why we've been winning all these games. But it's very, very interesting. And we have got the FA Cup fourth round draw today. So we are going to view the draw. Let's start the draw. Let's see who we are going to face in the next round. Fulham or Arsenal versus Swansea, Coventry Barnet against Birmingham City. We could potentially go through, although we did lose 2-0 to Coventry in the league, but if Barnet beat Coventry, a good chance we can go through to the fifth round. Can we end the draw now? Advance to the end. There we go, Coventry versus Barnet. At least we now know what game we are going to be coming back for on the next episode. See you there for an FA Cup run, hopefully, which doesn't stop in the next round. Is that a penalty? It's a penalty in 33 seconds. Now I've got a big confession to make. I accidentally played the FA Cup fourth round game against Coventry just because I thought it was a normal league game. However, We are here for the 5th round of the FA Cup against Stoke City. Let me show you what you've missed. Now, as I mentioned, we did accidentally play the Coventry FA Cup 4th round game and we beat them 4-1. It was a fantastic victory. Would have been great for the live comms. However, Joe Bellingham, remember, return of Bellingham, he scored his first goal for the club, Stansfield getting 2 and Taplovic getting 1 as well. And as you can see, our form's been pretty nice in the league as well. We beat Plymouth 5-3, Sheffield United, we beat them 3-1, Middlesbrough 2-1, Charlton 3-0. We drew 3-3 with Cardiff, which was a little annoying, but I don't think we deserved much more of that out of the game. We beat Preston 3-1, Huddersfield 4-1, Derby 3-1, West Brom 3-1, and we've just dispatched of Crystal Palace 4-1. Things are going very well. And how does that look for the table? Well, we're top by 11 points on second place, and we're 21 points ahead of third placed Wolverhampton as well. 27 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses, and a goal difference of plus 52. Top goal scorers, Christoph Clara with 16 and Jay Stansfield as well. A lot of corner goals from Christoph Clara. Jakub Napoleon Romsas with an average rating of 7.32, 13 assists to his name as well, and 5 Player of the Match awards. Clara getting 12 yellow cards. With the team stats, we've scored 98 goals so far in 35 games, which is absolutely fantastic. The best in the division, but we've conceded 46 goals, which is only the 10th best. 58 yellow cards, second worst, and apparently 2 red cards, which is the second worst as well. Now, as I mentioned in the last episode, Ethan Laird went to Wolverhampton Wanderers for £30 million. We also sold Emil Hansen for £9 million to Leganes as well. Ali Yassim has gone as a part exchange, and I'll show you who that's for as well. But players had to be brought in, and with Ethan Laird going out, we've replaced him with 2 right backs. Vinicius Tobias has come in on loan from Shakhtar Donetsk, 21-year-old Brazilian. Cheap wages, 3.2k a week, but can play as the complete wing-back that Ethan Laird has left behind. Good acceleration and pace. Crossing is good, which is vital because Ethan Laird got 10 assists for us as well. Tackling of 9 doesn't really matter in this system because of how attacking he's going to be. We've also brought in Ivan Fresneda from Sporting CP. 12.5 million spent on this guy. 53,000 a week is a lot, but good tackling, good marking, good acceleration and pace as well with the stamina. Good mentals and the crossing of 11 and dribbling of 11 as well. So hopefully 20 years of age, he should come good in the next couple of years. One to build around as well. Rico Henry has joined to be our first choice left back. Ali Assam has gone to Paris Saint-Germain as a part exchange. £16 million transfer for this guy, 43,000 a week. Fantastic acceleration and pace. Again, good tackling, crossing and dribbling. And because of him, we have made another tactical tweak, and I'll show you that in a minute as well. So Ali Assam has gone out as a part exchange. And we brought in a couple of loans. Maximilian Bayer has come in from Borussia Dortmund. We're paying 12,000 a week for this guy. Not a first choice player, he is there for backup up front and can play on both left and right wing. Very physical, good pace and natural fitness, good determination and work rate. A good player to have around, not one that we will be making permanent at the end of his transfer. Giorgio Cittadini has come in as well. We needed a backup centre back with Sanderson leaving us. Very good player. He's one that I've been looking at for a season or so now with scouting reports. Potentially one to bring in, 8.8 million to 30 million transfer, 15 positioning, good heading, good jumping and acceleration as well. He's played a few games, 3 so far, 1 goal from a corner routine as always. And the last player to come in, Yuta Matsumura. Again, just a backup player, can play on the right wing, good crossing, good acceleration, good natural fitness. Yeah. He's just a backup, but he has scored 2 goals in 3 appearances for us so far. Now, the reason we brought in a couple of wingers is because we do have the Davies ball on the left-hand side, but now we have it on the right-hand side as well. We've swapped it around. Rico Henry can be the complete wing-back on attack. And also, as our second tactic, we have whatever this is. So, yeah, very exciting stuff to be a Birmingham City fan at the minute. Now, this is how we are going to set up against Stoke today. Mavogo, Fresneda, Newman, Cittadini and Rico Henry. Leonard and Bellingham in the middle with Romsas, Naipan, Moliero and Wilhelmsen up front as well. Iwata's injured, Matthew Cox is injured, which is why Mavogo is playing. Bullet is suspended, and Clara is suspended as well. So, yeah. Can we do better than we did in the league against them when we lost 1-0? It's always a tough game against Stoke. Can we do it on a rainy night in Stoke? We'll have to find out. It is a nighttime match. And is it raining? Potentially. Who knows? The game kicks off. The episode kicks off. Can we go further in the FA Cup? Newman into Leonard. He's been a bit unhappy about his game time, so we have brought him in for a run of games. And that's a poor pass out from the back from Cittadini. And the right back for Stoke cuts it in. Is that a penalty? It's a penalty in 33 seconds. Come on, Mavogo. You've come in the absence of Matthew Cox. Mame, Mavogo's just pretty much fallen down, hasn't he? What a dreadful start that is. You know what? We're just going to go attacking. I can't look at that. Conceding a penalty in 33 seconds. Jobe Bellingham. Agent Jobe, what have you done to us? And we haven't even started to play yet. Romsas from the throw-in gives it back to Newman. Into Fresneda. Newman. Slow build-up as we normally do. Back to Mavogo. Into Cittadini. I mean, they're giving us plenty of the ball here, Stoke, but Rico Henry's lost it once again down the left-hand side. And that's kind of where their goal chance came from with the penalty. Jobe, can you make amends here? Gives it back to Rico Henry. Down the left-hand side. Running into the byline. Whips it in. And it has been headed just away. But Romsas, this can't be the end of the highlight. Into Fresneda. Into the box. Cleared away by Stoke. I mean, we are going attacking. Is he offside there? He hasn't been given. Mame into the box. And it's 2-0. Wow. We are going to be punished in this one. Again, we're going to skip that. We don't want to see it. We're going to fire this team up. What are we doing? We've had all the possession, but no shots to show for it. Fresneda into the box. Very poor. And it looks like Stoke, they're just going to be looking to counter-attack us in this game. Newman, Fresneda, Leonard, over the top to Wilhelmsen. I think he's offside, but it is to Moliero, and it's been deflected in. We've got one goal back. What a 17 minutes of this game this has been already. Moliero. He had a bad start to his life at the club, but he has come into his own now. We have switched him to a winger. And, yeah, picked inside the box. Wonderful volley. Who's that deflected off? Trollo. We are back in with a shout with this one. We're going to fire them up again. We're only one goal behind now. We need to start dominating the game. And Fresneda, he hasn't been great if we are being honest, as Wilmot puts it in the middle to Pearson. Aramu out to Pedrinho. I mean, good play here by Stoke, and it has been put in. A bit of ping pong, and it's 3-1. That was short-lived. Stoke are absolutely battering us here today. Is it something to do with the cup? Is it a bad team talk? I don't know. I really don't know. Don't know what to suggest. What are we going to do to get ourselves back into this? We're going to throw a water bottle. I don't know why they're angered. They're playing crap. And let's just go a little bit more attacking here. So Bellingham can play there. You know what? Bellingham would put you as the anchor. Naipan as the advanced playmaker. Leonard, we're going to bring you off for McNulty to sit in the middle there. Wilhelmsen. I mean, we've got Romsas, who's not played very well. I mean, Romsas hasn't played well at all. We're going to do something drastic here. Let's try and get back into the game. I mean, I thought we were at 2-1, but it just wasn't meant to be. Let's go attacking. And you know what? We're going to demand more of them as well. Highlight in the first 3 minutes. Fresneda down the right-hand side. Whips the ball into the box. Arabi's not there. And Naipan is, however. We have got one back. Don't concede the next goal, Birmingham. Please don't do it. Let's get back into this game. It is 3-2. Stansfield 1-2 with Fresneda there from the throw-in. Can it be a 1-2 from a throw-in? I don't know. But ball into the box. Missed by everyone, but not by Naipan, who's put it in with his left peg. Can we get another goal here? Wilmot into Zuluaga. Pearson back to Palacio. we're trying to kind of match up with their formation now. Rico Henry steals the ball there, but runs into no man's land. Over the top, McNulty cuts out that pass. Moliero, Henry, Naipan, lovely to see. What can we do? Can we get back into this? Rico Henry, back to Cittadini. Moliero, Joe Bellingham from distance. Why have you done that? Not sure indeed, but an anchor. We're going to change you to a Regista on support. Stansfield and Arabi, we need something from you here today. Henry, into Naipan. Job, into Naipan. Lovely movement, and it's gone just wide. Probably looked closer than it was there. Right, let's speed up our passing. Let's be a bit more direct. Hit the early crosses into the box as well. Run at the defence more. Play for set pieces. We are playing fairly narrow with this, actually, so let's spread the game a little bit more. We've got 2 changes to make. We're probably going to bring off Fresneda as Aramu hits the crossbar naturally. Fresneda for Vinicius, Tobias. And Bellingham hasn't been great, so Wasberg, we're going to bring you in as our, not an advanced playmaker, a roaming playmaker here. I mean, we're going to throw the dice. Can we get back into this? Only 1 goal, that's all we need, just 1 goal to get back in. Aramu, is he not offside? He is offside. Demand more. I mean, it's been a close game. We've just conceded some very terrible goals. And we are going to drop it down maybe to positive. Do we just go very attacking? I don't even know if it works anymore. We're going to fire them up. Try to go very attacking. There's 10 minutes to go. You know what happens when you go very attacking. Nothing happens. So we're going to go to positive. 3 minutes to go. And Football Manager, are the gods with us in this one? McNulty into Naipan. Finds Arabi. Henry down the left-hand side. Back to Cittadini. 5 minutes of added on time. Rico Henry into Naipan. That was a nice pass. That wasn't, though. As Wasberg loses out and Stoke are able to break on us here. Manhoff. Haven't seen much of him in this game. Trollo into Palacio. Out to Rose. I think we're just chasing our own shadows here. Pearson. Cut out by Wasberg. Stansfield into Arabi. Back to Stansfield. Into the box. Please, Stansfield. Stansfield. 3-3. We've got back into it. Wonderful stuff. 5 minutes of added time to go. We're going to stay as we are. Can we get the winner? I mean, wonderfully cut out by Wasberg here. Stansfield. Nice around the corner pass. Picks it up again. Drives into the box. Left-footed finish. Past Johansson. Fantastic. Can we get another before the game's over? Or are we going to extra time? There's a highlight in the last seconds. Cittadini. Oh, if that was Clara, who knows? Probably would have nestled in the back of the net. But we brought it back to 3-3. Pump our fists. Let's get revenge. Naipan's confused and unmotivated, but it doesn't matter. You've got us back into this game. Naipan for Toplovic. Can we get back in? Well, can we get back in? Can we get the winner here? We're going to fire them up. We are going into extra time. 3-3, an FA Cup miracle is on the cards here. Can we go 3-1 down to win 4-3? We'll have to find out. Huddersfield are taking Liverpool into extra time, but they're losing 4-2. Bristol City beat Middlesbrough 3-0. Southampton beat Charlton. Man City beat West Brom. And West Ham beat QPR as well. We're going to demand more. We haven't got any more changes to make. It is with the FM gods now. Do we go attacking? No. No, we won't. We're going to stick as we are. One more fire up. Do something. Can there be a highlight in the second half? There can't. It goes to penalties. You know what? Just encourage them. Let's hope. Let's hope. I mean, how do you even pronounce his name? Mame against Mavogo. And it's gone over the bar. Fantastic. Lovely stuff. Great start to this penalty shootout. Stansfield, can you put us 1-0 up in the night? He can. Wonderful penalty. There was no stopping that. Aramu. He's been a bit of a thorn in our side in today's game. Mavogo, what can you do? Nothing. 1-1, but we have got the penalty advantage here. Toplovic, late substitute for Naipan. The young man has put it in the bottom left-hand corner. Lovely penalty. Rose, the left. Is that Danny Rose, the left back? Doesn't matter. He saved it. Mavogo We are 2-1 to the good on the penalties. Vinicius Tobias, can you put us 3-1 ahead on the night? He can. I think we're going through in the FA Cup. One more penalty to seal it. Mavogo, you've done well with the save. Ben Pearson stepping up against Mavogo. If they miss, we are through. They have scored. Who can be our champion in this one? Mavogo's complaining at Pearson. I don't know why, but Johansson up against Arabi. I don't have a good feeling about this. Youssef Arabi. He's put it in the top net, top corner. Fantastic to see. Youssef Arabi. I mean, our players, they're knackered. Stoke were knackered. What a fantastic game. 4-2 on penalties. Things you love to see. What a fantastic end to the game. Penalty shootout victory in the FA Cup 5th round. Didn't realise we're actually in the quarterfinals, and that is coming up in the middle of March. That is when we're going to be in the back four next time. If you like this video, let me know down below. Hit the like button and subscribe. Any transfers you want me to make or look at making going forward into next season, please let me know. We should be Championship champions and an FA Cup quarterfinal as well. I'll see you then. Oh yeah, and this happened. Now, I never thought we would get into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup in our second season, but we have got West Ham United today. I feel like we can go one step further. Let's find out. But before we get into today's quarterfinal game against West Ham United, a quick look at the table. We're currently sitting top in the Championship, 29 wins, 4 draws, only 4 losses, and a goal difference of plus 58, 91 points on the board as well. We did smash the League One points record last season. I feel like we can do it again with the Championship record this season. Jay Stansfield with 18 goals, top goal scorer across the season. Jakub Napoleon Ramsas with 7.33 average rating, 13 assists and 6 player of the matches to his name as well. Matthew Cox, highest pass completion with 97%. Clara with 12 yellow cards as well. So in the 37 games we have played in the Championship, we've scored 107 goals, which is the best so far in the division. Conceded 49, which is the 9th best. 61 yellow cards and 2 red cards as well. And it's just been the 2 games since we were last here. A 5-1 destruction of Swansea and then a 4-2 battering of Watford as well. We are here against West Ham United in the quarter-final. Can we go one step further? Let's find out. And this is a lineup that is going to face West Ham today. And we do have a couple of new transfers that are joining us as well. Tobias and Cittadini both are going to turn their loan moves into a permanent at the end of the season. Looks like we are going to get promoted into the Premier Division. £8 million each for these two. Very happy to bring them in. Young, hungry, and a team to build around as well. So very, very happy indeed. So it's going to be Cox in goal with Tobias, Cittadini, Clara, and Henry at the back. Holm as a regista and Naipan as the advanced playmaker, with Ramsas, Bellingham, Moliero and Stansfield up front as well. Now Cox is potentially a fitness concern, but I don't think we should be concerned. He's a goalkeeper, and unless he has to run, I think we should be in good hands in the back. We are going to pump our fist and say the fans turn up thick and thin, get into it. We are at home as well. Very happy and very confident that we can go ahead and move on into the next round against West Ham United as well. Their form isn't fantastic. We have won pretty much every game in the last 5 games that we played. Let's get into today's game. We are going to demand more as well, as Tobias gets booked in 1 minute. Tobias with the throw in into Naipan, whips it around the box. Moliero, 1-0, fantastic. Alberto Moliero at the back post, thundered it past Areola in goal. Lovely to see. Now, I don't know if there is going to be VAR in the FA Cup, but Naipan, wonderful ball in. And Moliero, fantastic header. Looks like Stansfield and also Bellingham were there as well. The momentum is all as Tobias runs down the right hand side here. Can we get a second? Are we being greedy with that? Tobias back to Naipan. Little 1-2 wasn't fantastic, and Tobias is out of position there as Simicast gives it to Algard. Areola hits it long, but beaten in the air by Henry. Job, Ramsas, lovely to Stansfield. This is going to be 2. Oh, big save by Areola. Absolutely fantastic that was. but the highlights are coming thick and thin. Cittadini, thick and fast I should say. Clara, driving through from the back, gives it to Henry. Moliero, lovely stuff down the left-hand side, beats his man, Bellingham into the box, and that is going to be a penalty. Stansfield, have you got your shooting boots on today to put us 2-0 against West Ham United? Yes, we can. 2-0. Fantastic stuff. I mean, we are playing positive. Do we change it down to a balanced? West Ham have had nothing to do in this game. And Stansfield, for his 19th of the season, putting that past Areola. Let's keep this momentum going. Focus for the last 10 minutes. And this is not what we wanted to see. A highlight to West Ham. Clara heads it in the air and Cox has just tipped it wide. Absolutely fantastic that was. But the threat isn't over yet. West Ham knocking on the door here. Bowen whips another one back in. And is that a penalty? No, it is an indirect free kick. Mavropanos has handled the ball. And I believe we've made it past the quarter-final stage against West Ham. As Cox gives it to McNulty. Loses out, however, though, to Jenny. Romsas picks it up, but Jenny picks it up again into Zuma. Algard. Out to Emerson. I mean, 90th minute. Slow it down now, although it's a bit of a dangerous back pass to our goalkeeper, but Clara whips it wide to Henry. Drives down the left-hand side. Bayer, Wasberg, Toplovic, driving in the middle. I mean, he's gone for distance, and I don't really blame him for that one. It's going to waste a little bit more time. What a fantastic performance this has been against Premier League West Ham United. Sensational stuff. 2-0 at home. We are going to Wembley. And as well, we have had our youth intake. One elite talent, Matthew Collins, Irish, 15-year-old. Weird saying it. What fantastic stats this guy's got. Especially in the technicals, dribbling, finishing, first touch and technique, all of 12 determination and flair. Good physicals as well, with the exception of jumping and strength. But the kid's only 15 years of age, 5'9", potential 4-star player. Very happy to bring him in, and you know, we had a very good youth intake last year as well. Mark Furlong as a midfielder. I mean, 14 finishing, not really what you want from a centre midfielder, but good technique. And these mentals are insane. 19 aggression, 18 determination, 16 for teamwork and for work rate, 14 natural fitness. He's going to be a fantastic box-to-box midfielder. 9 tackling, 10 passing already, only 16 years of age. Fantastic indeed. And then we've got Guy Chami. Don't see this guy doing much, if we are being honest. But looking at how the other people have been progressing, Ruben Garcia, so good they named him twice, and he's looking fantastic. EFL League 2 standard player, still only 16, going to turn 17 in the summer. A 4-star player as well. Fantastic. 15 heading, 12 for finishing, first touch, 15 technique. Physicals are getting there as well, with the exception of strength. But we are training him as a complete forward. And this is purely because it seems to improve everywhere on the pitch. Complete forward on attack, working on his quickness as well. His progression has been fantastic. Morgan Whelan, currently injured, but another player, left-sided attacking midfielder or attacking winger. He's looking very nice. His physicals have come up. Mentals could do with some improving, but again, turns 17 in the summer. And then lastly, Ali Murray. Yeah, this guy's going to be a star. 17 years of age now, 18 at the end of the year, 19 determination, good crossing and dribbling, and physicals as well. A loan spell next season, maybe, for a League 2 or a League 1 team. He's only 5'1", so yeah, very diminutive. Wonderful, wonderful player. And it's been pretty good youth intake for the last couple of seasons in the game. There is a player sale that has happened as well. Ryan Alsop has left us for 1.5 million. Very happy to move him on. He's on a fair bit of wages as well, 7,000 a week. Out of contract next season. He's played 4 games this season and conceded 5, so not a big loss. Especially when we do have Cox in goal and Mavogo. Yeah, see you later, Ryan Alsop. It's been a nice 2 seasons with you. Now the draw is here for the Emirates FA Cup semi-final. Arsenal, Manchester United and Bristol City are all potential opponents for Birmingham City. Now obviously I would love Bristol City. Or it is potentially Southampton as well. And we're going to be getting Bristol City in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Where are Bristol City? Where are Bristol City? They're 6th in the Championship. This is going to be tasty. And some new news as well. Walsall have become our feeder club in Sky Bet League 2. This will be vital for us to move players around on loan just to ensure that they have top quality opposition that they are facing. So Ruben Garcia, Murray and potentially Whelan as well could be going on loan to Walsall next season. Let's just lift the trophy high so we can get to the Bristol City game. And Cittadini has put it beyond all doubt 4-1. That is why he is joining us in the summer. Fantastic to see. Cochrane whips it in, Cittadini at the near post. Lovely stuff indeed. End the game there. Time to calm down for the last 3 minutes, but we should now be lifting the trophy. And we are Championship title winners. I didn't think we was going to do it in the first season, but this tactic, it does really work. Why is there 2 goalies going up at the same time? I have no idea, but yeah, lovely to see. Well deserved as well across the season. And in Clara's absence, McNulty is going to lift the trophy. Fantastic scenes. We've done it at home as well. What better way to lift the trophy? Right, now on to the FA Cup semi-final. To celebrate winning the title, some transfer offers have come in. Tomoki Iwata, 2 offers, one from Al Ali and SH Port. 19 million for our man from Japan. I feel like he's one that we will be selling on. I mean, he has played a fair few games this season. He's played 29 in total as our CDM, but we have brought in Bellingham to be the CDM, and Holm is playing there as well. So Tomoki Iwata, we're going to accept it from China. We're going to reject it from Saudi Arabia, and we are going to offer you out as well. We'll offer you out for 20 million, and we'll see if Saudi Arabia come in for you as well. And Fortuna Dusseldorf, they've offered 4.6 million for Lee Buchanan. Another one, you know, is on £26,000 a week. They want 13,000 on the wages. 4.6 million. I mean, we are going to accept it. He hasn't played very much for us. The 9 starts came at the start of the season. And Leonard is joining Norwich City. And Al Ali have come in for 20 million. Very interesting indeed. So Mark Leonard, 9 million from Norwich City. Again, he played 17 games for us this season. Yeah, see you later. And then Al Ali have come in with 20 million. We're going to accept that offer. And then in the transfers, we are just going to offer Tomoki out again for maybe 21 if SH Port are going to come in for him. And we'll see if we can increase the offer there. And you know what, it looked like 25 million was too much for Al Ali to offer. No, it's not. 25 million, they have come in. This could go on for quite a while, and someone's coming from Avogo as well, which I am very interested in getting rid of. 7.5 million. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Buchanan is leaving us for Fortuna Dusseldorf. 3.4 million is going to come into our transfer kitty. There is another offer coming in. Who's that for? No one of interest. We'll move you out. Have we missed out on 7 million there for Mavogo? I think we might have. Maybe it's an issue that we've done. Can we say we're desperate? I mean, Levante is still interested there, and no intermediary is going to happen. So for now, we have missed out on that transfer. And Tomoki Iwata has left us 24 million. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic, especially when, you know, the bid started at 19. We've got them up to 25 million. Very happy. 24 million into the transfer budget. It's going to be a big, big budget in the Premier League as well for us, considering we had 9 million to start. 75 million to spend in the Premier League. It's going to be a good transfer. Semi-final day is here against Bristol City in the FA Cup, and we've gone for a very strong team. Cox in goal, Taylor and Bullet at right back because of Vinicius. Tobias and with Fresneda out, currently suspended. Cittadini with Newman and Henry at the back. Clara has been injured for the whole time, and he's still out for 2 weeks as well. So Holm, Azad, Regista in the defensive midfielder position. Naipan as our advanced playmaker. Bellingham as our second striker with Romsas, Moliero and for Stansfield as well. Let's get into today's game. 75 million to spend in the Premier League is all I'm thinking about at the minute. But if we can get past Bristol City, there is a potential FA Cup final with Arsenal. And if you're a fan of Birmingham City, or if your knowledge of 2011 football is up there was another final that happened, and it was between Arsenal and Birmingham City, where Birmingham City won the Carling Cup. I was actually in the stands that day, just behind the goal, before Obafemi Martins tapped it into the net. Can we repeat history? Can we get into another final with Arsenal? But Bristol City have the first attack here, and it has headed just over the bar. Cox looked like he potentially had it, but you know, first blood really to Bristol City with the attack. Romsas with the corner into the box. Cittadini headed it just over the bar, so one header over each for both teams here. I'm going to demand more as well, as Taylor and Bullet is going to get us started in the second half. Cittadini into Holm as a regista, into Romsas, who loses the ball. Viner back to O'Leary, into Viner. I'm not a fan of how this is building up here, if I am being honest, from a Bristol City perspective, as Pring down the left hand side into Fountas and just wide of the right hand side. Cox was in no man's land there, and I thought I went to a balance, but I didn't. It was still on positive as Naismith whips it in, headed away. Newman is going to chase this down. Our centre back on the left hand side, can he hold up the ball? No, he runs right into Knight. Back to Viner, into Knight, McGuane, Viner. They're playing very well here, Bristol City. Although Moliero has nicked Manea's pockets. Into Job to Naipan. Naipan out to Bullet. This is fantastic. Into Naipan. He's gone for distance. Not what we want to be seeing, but we are going to bring Romsas off for Wasberg. Drop him in as our advanced playmaker. I mean, Stansfield, could he be doing better? I think he could. So could Bellingham, in all honesty. Do we make a change? Do we bring on Wilhelmsen for Bellingham? But saying that, Holm isn't playing great either, so let's make our changes around this way. We're going to bring Stansfield down to the second striker, Bellingham as our regista, and we're going to bring on Wilhelmsen as well. Interesting. 10 minutes to go, and there is a highlight. I am a little bit scared here. Wasberg gives it all the way back to Cox. Cox into Newman. Naipan now as our advanced playmaker in the attacking midfielder position. Moliero runs into Manea. This could be trouble, but no, Cittadini has cut it out. Wasberg as our advanced playmaker. Lovely run down the right hand side. Is he going to put it across? He is. It has been cleared away by Viner though. Bullet into Wasberg. Out to Joe Bellingham. Joe Bellingham go in. 85th minute. 5 minutes from time. Has put us 1-0 up in the FA Cup semi-final. I mean, let's watch the replay. There's no replay. Pause the game. Let's make some changes. We're going to keep Bellingham on. Bullet on the right hand side. Pazivkovic, Moliero. We're going to bring you off for Maximilian Bayer as well. Stansfield's doing well. Naipan potentially bring you off for Toplovic. I'm going to drop you down into the midfield position here. Stansfield can play out on the right hand side. I mean, we've only got 4 minutes to hang on. Can we do it? Instructions wise, time wasting, and be more disciplined as well. 5 minutes to go. Shouts, calm down. There's 1 minute to go. Are we into a final of the FA Cup? We are into the final. Joe Bellingham. He's come home. The Wonder Kid has come home. Congratulations on reaching the final. That was absolutely fantastic. I'm chuffed. I'm positive. And we have a final with Arsenal. And we all know when we're going to come back for in the next episode. Now you can see at the bottom right there, 24th of May 2025, Birmingham City versus Arsenal in the FA Cup final. It is a repeat of 14 years ago from the Carling Cup final. That is going to be our next episode. Absolutely fantastic. So chuffed with this. What a season it has been. What an episode as well. We've won the championship. We've won in the semi-final and in the quarter-final of the FA Cup. That one final is awaiting us. I'll see you on the next episode. If you've got this far, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. FA Cup final day, and it is a repeat of the final of the Carling Cup from 2011, Birmingham City versus Arsenal. There's a lot to catch you up on, a lot of transfers to go through as well. Let's get into today's episode. Now, there's a lot to go through with the transfers, and we've done a cull pretty much of our squad. And this is what's happened. So Ryan Allsop's left us, or going to leave us for 1.6 million to QPR. Ivan Mavogo is going to Levante for 9 million at the end of the season. Taylor Bullitt is joining us for 1.2 million. Giorgio Cittadini is joining us for 8.75 million. Phil Newman is leaving us for 16 million to Al Ali in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Vinicius Tobias is joining us for 8 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. Tomoki Iwata is leaving us for Al Ali again for £25 million. Lee Buchanan is going to Fortuna Dusseldorf for 4.6 million. Mark Leonard is leaving for 10 million to Norwich City, and Kwame Poku is going to Shanghai for 9.25 million, which leaves us a total of £107 million, 314,000 wages. It's going to be a big transfer special, or a big transfer window, I should say, for the start of season 3. And this is a team that we are hoping is going to bring the FA Cup trophy to Birmingham City. I'll be honest, I'm expecting us to get absolutely steamrolled by Arsenal here, but it's Cox in goal, Fresneda, Cittadini, Clara and Henry at the back, Bellingham with Wasberg in the middle, Naipan, Romsas, Moliero and Stansfield up front. Yeah, again, I'm expecting us to get absolutely trounced in today's episode. And after this game, we are going to go through the end of season review also. But let's get into today's game. Pump our fists. The pundits might not believe in us, but the fans do. So go and do them proud. Why not? Let's try and ease the pressure on the fans and on the team. And we did lose our last game of the season against Bristol City, which wasn't very good. But Arsenal's form is quite shaky as well, so this could be a very interesting game. I believe they finished 3rd in the Premier League, and we're going to demand more straight away. I don't think positive is going to be the best mentality for us to go through, because we're not expected to kind of control possession in this game, but it is how we've played the whole season, and it's how we're going to continue. As Wasberg finds Romsas with a lovely ball. Moliero down the left-hand side into Romsas. Back to Moliero, into Stansfield, blocked away, Romsas, Wasberg. An own goal by Gabriel has put us 1-0 up in the first 10 minutes of this game. My reactions could be quite embarrassing if we do pull this off, but Romsas into Wasberg, and it's deflected past Gabriel and past, who's their goalie? Carlo Hine. Very interested that they've gone for the youngster in goal, but we're going to demand more again. You know, it could just be a consolation if we are being honest. Odegaard. I mean, this team from Arsenal, I've not even looked at it through. We're going to have a look when the next stop in play happens. But Gabriel, down the left-hand side, into Martinelli, Zivchenko, into Havertz, into the box, and into the back of the net. I mean, our lead lasted 4 minutes. I get a little bit too excited. Positive. Maybe we go cautious. Let's try and soak up the pressure. We're going to try and turn the pressure off the players as well. Instructions wise, we're okay. I'm just clicking. I'm nervous. I'm just clicking around. But maybe the cautious mentality can help us out here. Odegaard gives it to the edge of the box to Martinelli. And Ben White, just at the back post, could have put Arsenal ahead. Cautious mentality. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Although Arsenal pressure is coming on now. So we are going to change it to a balanced as Odegaard hits the post. Maybe let's not do cautious mentality. Let's stop trying to invite the pressure from Arsenal. Interestingly enough, we've scored a goal without a shot on target. But it is only 1-1 going into the second half of the FA Cup final against Arsenal. Now, I'm pretty sure that in the Carling Cup, if I remember it rightly, we took the lead through Zigic, then Arsenal did pip us back with Van Persie. So, pump our fists. I'm proud of you. Keep going. I am proud. There is a booking for Clara, but he's our best centre-back, so I'm going to hope beyond hope that he does stay out of trouble, as Fresneda's got a booking as well at right back, so a couple of changes could be required here. Odegaard with the free kick, and Cox has tipped it past the post. I mean, was it a tip around the post, worthy save or worthy shot? I don't think it was, but Odegaard's going to whip this in. Ben White is going to head it just over the bar. Balanced mentality, I think. Yeah, we're stifling Arsenal as much as we can, and to be honest, we're going to fire them up. There's 25 minutes of this game to go as Zinchenko gives it into Martinelli, back to Gabriel, Saliba, into Odegaard. A lot of space here for Gabriel Jesus. Havertz around the corner. The shot comes off either Cox or the post, and Fresneda has kicked it out of play. Let's make a couple of subs here. Vinicius, Tobias, we're going to bring you on at the right back. Clara for McNulty. I feel a bit uneasy making that change there. Naipan, Stansfield's on a 6.2. And we haven't got Wilhelmsen on the bench. So Arabi, you've got a big name to make for yourself here. And Naipan, Toplovic, Odin, Thiago Holm. Let's bring in Toplovic as well. 4 changes. It's not a conventional thing to do. We've got 1 substitute left as well. 15 minutes. We're going to demand more. I mean, still all to play for with this. Do we go positive at the end? Let's go positive. I don't think Arsenal are going to go cautious. And we are going to fire them up for the last 4 minutes of this game. And it's currently 1-1. And we're probably going to go into extra time. No, we're not. Cittadini to McNulty. Wasberg into Romsas. Around the corner to Moliero. Back to Joe Bellingham. McNulty. A little bit of passage of play from ourselves here as Henry finds Moliero into Romsas, into the box. Toplovic, it's saved by Hein, and it's gone out for a corner. I wish that Clara would have been on the pitch now for this corner, but we've got Cittadini, and Romsas can hopefully find his head and hopefully the back of the net from Cittadini. And it's gone in and it's headed clear. Wasberg into Toplovic, Romsas into the box. Offside, okay. Calm down, everyone. We are into extra time. We should have 2 substitutes that we can make as well. And pump out. No, we're not going to pump our fist. Too much pump fisting that has been going on. Outstretch our arms. I'm happy with the performance. Exactly what we're looking for. We've got 2 changes that we can make as well. Wasberg for Odin, Thiago Holm, and Romsas probably for Maximiliano Beer. We're going to do that. Beer for Moliero. Put Moliero as the advanced playmaker or the second striker on the right hand side. I think we'll do that one. Beer on the left. Let's just go for it now. We're into extra time. We're doing better than I thought we were going to do. We're going to encourage them as well. We're going to go positive. And we've done ourselves proud in the final so far. And we've got a free kick. Toplovic into the back. Cittadini. It's 2-1. Cittadini on the 100th minute. A fantastic cross into the back post from Toplovic. And Cittadini has put us 2-1 ahead in the FA Cup final. Toplovic, I mean, lovely ball in. And Cittadini with a powerful header. I don't really want to say anything to the players. And it is extra time, half time. Do we go time wasting, slow our tempo down, be more disciplined? That is what we're going to do. I don't want to make any shouts at all. My heart is beating, and there is a highlight for Arsenal. Zinchenko to Tomiyasu, into Rice, Calvert-Lewin. A lovely ball across to Saka, into the box. Not what we want to see. And Odegaard has put Arsenal back level. Instructions-wise, we shouldn't have changed what we were doing. It took a minute for them to equalise. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. I don't want to see that. I do, however, want to fire the players up. Vinicius, Tobias. on the right hand side with a throw in. I'm getting excited about a throw in here. Into Holm, back to Tobias, into the box. Moliero just put us 3-2 up. This is absolutely insane. We've moved him into the middle as an advanced playmaker. 3-2. I'm not going to make any changes now. Moliero, a wonderful header. Changed the direction of the ball completely. Past Carlo Hein. I mean, there's 2 minutes. Oh, what? Won the English Emirates FA Cup 3-2. Oh my god. The bogey team in finals for Arsenal, Birmingham City, have won the English FA Cup. Lost for words, so I apologise for that. That is absolutely sensational. We've done a double. Is it a double? It's gotta be a double. We've won the FA Cup as a team. Does that mean we're in the Champions League? That doesn't mean we're in the Champions League, surely. Have we got European football next season? I mean, 2 goals in extra time, 3 goals if you count Martin Odegaard's. What a fantastic, fantastic game that was. Congratulations, enjoy the success. I'm not sure what's going to happen here, because if you win the FA Cup, I'm sure you go into Europe. And we do celebrate a double. What a shock. What an absolute shock that is. I'm still dumbstruck. We've received 2 million for winning the FA Cup. We do a double. B is injured, but I don't care. He's not our player. FA Cup. We lift the FA Cup. FA Cup fever. Moliero on form. I mean, what a time to score. Moliero, absolutely fantastic. You know what? The press conference, I always do it. I'm always positive, and I don't know why. Don't know whether it helps. Clearly it does. We qualify for the Europa League, not Champions League, but the Europa League at the league phase as well. $107 million to go into the Europa League. I don't think we're going to have the players. This is going to be so interesting. So interesting. But let's get to the end of season review and let's unwind all of this madness. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. End of season review. Birmingham City do the double. You know what? You don't need to see me. You've seen enough of me today. End of season review. We've won the FA Cup. It's absolutely mind-boggling. Arrivals, transfers. I mean, what a transfer window we had. Wasberg, 3.3 million. Has played 50 games for us pretty much this season. 9 goals, 12 assists. Average rating of 7.33. Napoleon Romsas, 5 million. Has played 47 games, 17 goals, 18 assists. Wonderful stuff. Naipan, 4.5 million. Joined us in January. Played 24 games, 7 goals, 7 assists. Tayan Bullock came on loan, joining at the end of the season. Cittadini on loan, joining at the end of the season. Thiago Home, 5.75 million. 8 goals, 6 assists, 44 games played. Rico Henry joined us in January from Paris Saint-Germain. Zivkovic start the season 2 million as a backup, played 25 times. Kwame Poku, 2.3 million spent. I think it was like 5 million over installments. He's gone. See you later. Vinicius Tobias on loan, joined at the end of the season. Fresneda joined us for 12.5 million. Did well, 7.04. Moliero, 8.5 million. 9 goals, 9 assists. Wilhelmsen, 14 goals, 1 assist. Bellingham, the return of Bellingham, 21 million. McNulty, 4.7 million, played 42 games. Newman, 3 million spent, played 37 games. He's gone to Saudi Arabia. Youssef Arabi, 6.25 million spent on this guy. Hasn't done very well. Potentially can sell him for 16 to 17 million. You know what? How much are you worth? He could be one to go. He could be one to go. I mean, we have got the Europa League to sort out now as well. Toplivic came for $1 million. Played 31 games. How are you looking? Valued in at 22 to 26 million pounds. I mean, absolutely sensational. What a transfer window that we had. Season results. I mean, did we break the points record? 107 points across the season, 34 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses, a plus goal difference of 68. We won the FA Cup. Stansfield was the top goal scorer in this one. Moments to remember. We beat Rotherham 6-2. That was so long ago. We beat Sheffield United 4-1, and then we drew 2-2 with Swansea. Goal of the season, Romsas. That free kick was absolutely out of this world. We're a national 3.5-star reputation team. Shirt sales, Naipan, Moliero, Henry, Matsamura, and Romsas. This is how we did set up with the Davies ball, Cox in goal, Laird. So Laird is at Wolverhampton Wanderers, who haven't made it into the Premier League. And to be fair, Clara, McNulty, Henry, Holm, Wasberg, Romsas, Willemsen. He went to SH Port. He's going to be joined by Poku. I mean, not that I'd want to bring any of these players back, to be honest, because of who we're building in. Moliero and Stansfield. He's had a good season, Stansfield. 14 goals, 2 assists across 41 games. It's 1 goal every 3 games. Can't complain at all. Will he be our first choice striker going into the Prem? I don't know just yet. I'm not going to say he's not. But look at this. We won Manager of the Month for October, November, January and February. Club Awards, Fans Player of the Season, Wasberg. Young Player of the Season, Wasberg. Signing of the Season, Romsas. Goal of the Season, Romsas. Top goal scorer, Stansfield, 20 goals across the season. Romsas with 18 assists. Wasberg, 6 Player of the Matches. Highest average rating as well. Most goals scored by a player in a league match. Apparently, Clara won that with a hat-trick. Clara scored so many goals this season. Romsas, 18 assists. Bellingham, highest transfer fee paid, 17.5 million. Ethan Laird went for 30 million. Oldest goal scorer, Djukovic. He is joining us as a coach at the end of the season because he is retiring. History in the making. We are double winners. Record points haul, 107. FA Cup success. Stansfield's 5 goals. He was a top goal scorer. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, we've qualified for the Europa League. 107 million to spend, potentially a little bit more as well if we do get rid of Arabi. Well, we know we're going to be coming back for potentially a transfer special for season 3. It's going to be absolutely crazy. If you've made it this far, hit the like button and subscribe. What a fantastic series. What a fantastic season. The Project FC going to splash over 100 million in the transfer window for season 3. I'll see you there.